Lebanon and Israel are set to hold a new round of talks, peace talks, in Washington this morning. It comes as the fragile ceasefire between the two is due to expire this Sunday. Delegations from Israel and Lebanon, along with top military officials, are expected to meet at the State Department. Israel has kept up airstrikes in Lebanon against the Iranian-backed militant group Hezbollah, despite the truce that went into effect April 17th. Officials in Lebanon say about 380 people have been killed since the start of the ceasefire. Let's bring in CBS News contributor Robert Berger. Robert, what will make the meeting today different from the meeting that took place back in April?
Well, it's not going to be that different. The problems are the same, and that is that both Israel and the government of Lebanon agree that Hezbollah needs to be disarmed. The problem is, how do you do that? And the Lebanese government and Lebanese army simply aren't strong enough. So right now, we have a ceasefire that really is a ceasefire in name only. As we speak, Israel has been targeting villages in South Lebanon, said to be Hezbollah strongholds, and northern Israel has been bombarded now for days by drones and rockets. So what they're trying to do is to come to an agreement somehow that would see Hezbollah disarmed. But let's remember one of the big problems is one of the warring parties, Hezbollah, is not even at these talks and opposes them altogether.
Robert, CBS News has learned that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu made a secret visit to the UAE in late March, where he actually met with President Mohammed bin Zayed. Netanyahu acknowledged the meeting, but the UAE is denying it. What's going on?
Yeah, Netanyahu went public with this, saying that it was a historic breakthrough, his visit to the United Arab Emirates, which occurred, according to him, during the war with the kinetic war with Iran, and that he described it as a historic breakthrough. And the U.S. ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee, gave more details, saying that Israel sent Iron Dome anti-missile batteries to the UAE to help defend that country against Iran. Now, immediately this was denied by the UAE. It put them in an uncomfortable position because, by aligning with Israel, they could become a target for more Iranian attacks. So I think we learned two things from this. One is that Israel does have warming ties with the Gulf Arab states, and two, Israel probably needs to be a bit more discreet about that.
Well, let's talk about what's happening in Gaza. Of course, we have the ceasefire, but there's also new fighting. What can you tell us about the efforts from the Board of Peace?
Well, we heard from the Board of Peace Director, Nikolai Miladinov, yesterday, and in his first news conference since the ceasefire that began 7 months ago. And basically, he said that the talks between the effort to move into the next phase of the Gaza peace deal, which would be reconstruction, a new Palestinian government not made up of Hamas, that all has hit an impasse because Hamas refuses to disarm. And really a revealing quote, he said, "You can't build a future with armed groups running the streets, hiding in tunnels and stockpiling weapons." So basically, he said that the talks have reached an impasse because Hamas refuses to disarm. And it's really not clear where we go from here. But, Hamas does describe itself as an armed resistance group. And giving up its arms, effectively, it would cease to exist.
All right, Robert Berger, thank you so much.